Howdy guys, and welcome back to GEO Lab. In this video, we're going to be going over our first GEO audit report that we did. There's a member in this community, her name is Sarah. We went through her entire business. She has a handyman business in South Carolina. Went through her website and made a list of recommended changes that we can make to optimize her website to make it more readable by AI. So in this video, I'm going to take you through that report, show you how to read it, walk you through some of the thinking behind some of the changes that we made. And then ultimately, hopefully you leave the video with a better understanding of what these audits are for. And if you want to have one done in your business, you can reach out to me and we can figure out how to make that happen. So without further ado, we'll jump right in. This is what the report looks like. It's called the AI Search Audit and Implementations Report. There are 9 pages total to Sarah's. Because they're customized reports for every business, they are going to vary in length slightly from each one. Sarah's business, like I said, handyman business in South Carolina. Pretty straightforward business, nothing too crazy. But yeah, we went through her website and made a list of some changes that we think would be helpful to potentially make her business more readable by AI, large language models like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google AI, stuff like that. So first page we hear is just a cover page. The second thing we have is the executive summary. Think of this like a table of contents. You can obviously pause here and read through it if you'd like, but we just go through what we found, what we changed, and then why it matters. The third thing we had here is actually kind of a 2-page list. These are some of my favorite pages on the report. Kyle put these together. He's the co-owner of this group, and they look awesome. Basically, this is just a snapshot of where the business is currently at. This is important for 2 reasons. One, it gives business owners kind of a realistic look at where they're currently at based on software that we use to generate it. But then 2, and more importantly for us, this is what's going to give us the ability to look back on these businesses a few months down the road to actually see if the changes that we made did anything, which is important, right? Because we want to make sure that the content and the changes that we're recommending are actually doing something to make it more readable by AI. We've been basing everything off of a report and all of these like all this research around GEO, and that's what we've been using to implement the methods. But we want to make sure with our own testing that they're actually working. So this is the snapshot of her website currently. Honestly, decent scores, nothing crazy. Sarah's website was a little bit unique, and this is why we tested it first, because she doesn't have excellent AI or SEO in general already. So we don't anticipate there being like a ton of real changes to her website to make it more readable to AI yet, because SEO is kind of an established baseline and a prerequisite to good GEO methods. But still, it was cool to get a snapshot of her website. And then this right here is going to be all of her prompts and stuff. These prompts are basically like what her ideal customers are asking AI, and ideally what she would want to come up in when these questions are asked. So for example, if someone put into ChatGPT like security system installers near Greenville, South Carolina, which is where her business is located, ideally her business would populate in one of those answers that AI gives. So we put all those in a Google Doc for her, and then we have a summary of improvements. Before we go into each page of improvements and kind of some examples of each, we just put them all into a summary. So first one, the problem here was there was a lack of statistics on the website. AI really likes to be credible when it's giving answers to users. So it tries to find websites that have statistics and citations to make it appear more credible to actually cite them and reference them in an answer. So our solution there was to add some statistics and content to make it appear more credible to AI. Second thing we did, we looked at the FAQ page. It could use some readability improvements and some more authoritative structure. Authoritative structure basically just means it sounds confident in what it's saying. AI really likes confidence because, like I said, it wants to be correct when it's responding to a user. And then this was more of kind of a technical hygiene thing. There's an llms.txt file that basically, it's a newer file on websites that lets AI kind of sift through content a little bit faster when it's crawling a website. So our third solution was just to create an llms.txt folder using the guide in this video that we linked for her. Then we have a full page going through just some examples. So for authoritative wording in this one, this is what she had on her website before, and then this is kind of what we added. things that are bold and highlighted are changes that we made. So this is what was on her website before, this sentence, then we added this sentence. As you can see, we added a statistic and citation, which will improve readability to AI. Then FAQ readability. This one was a little bit harder, so we wanted to put this into a full page of kind of like the new content that we added. So that one is linked here. And then let me get back to my page here. Sorry. And then the page after that was just other recommendations. Basically, the other recommendation we had for her website specifically was creating a machine optimized blog. Basically, just content on a website that's really easy for AI to read, that's pretty much purely for AI to make it more citable. So we gave her a sample, and then we kind of linked back to that prompt research page. And then the last page in every report is going to be the same. It's going to be this implementation notes, which basically explains how to use the report. So, like we go through some disclaimers, like, these are suggestions, not updates. We're not, updating people's websites for them because we want to give them the, ability to, pick and choose what they want to add and not add. The scope of work, what it doesn't guarantee, just some, disclaimer stuff. And then we have a link to all of in a customized Google Drive, all of their resources, which is going to be in every report. So everyone that we're doing, we're going to create a custom folder for them that's just private to them, that comes with all of the content that they would need for it. So that's Sarah's report, and this is kind of like the first look through the report. We're already in works on our second one, and we got a few more in the pipeline. So we're going to start pumping these out a little bit quicker as we get more efficient. This one took a long time because we literally built this from scratch, guys. We went, right into Canva, didn't use a template or anything, and we just, started from scratch and just added things in. And I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out. So that's super exciting. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and if you want us to do one of these on your business, shoot me a DM or leave me a comment, and we'll get in touch and figure out how to make that happen. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.